Good win for us. Really good win for us against a really good team, a up and coming team. And you look at UVA and their record might be 2-7, coming into the game. But you also have to look at who they played. They played Carolina twice. They played NC State twice. They played Notre Dame. They played a really tough schedule, and so they're going to win a lot of basketball games. And Mox does a really good job with them, and they're getting better and better. So we knew we were going to have our work cut out for us. It's really good effort by everyone. And we're starting to play, really good basketball. We're understanding where we need to get the basketball, how to get it there, and having less and less lulls. So this win will go a long way for us. I know everybody else. The crowd was phenomenal. Sellout crowd. Um, no promotion. It was just a good game, and everybody wanted to come out. And it's fun when you can win and you can beat a good team like UVA, and give the people what they want: biscuits and bacon. So. And it's gonna be a pretty good breakfast sandwich tomorrow. So, but really good. Very proud of this young lady to my left. Please, 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 when you write your articles or you're talking about it, please put some exclamation points in there. Everything, because just don't get bored with a 33 and 18 rebound performance. Let that sink in, man. 33 points and 18 rebounds. And when we played against Syracuse, it's probably the worst game I've ever seen her play. And it was nothing that they did. It was just she had one of those nights. I think I sent her a clipping where Steph Curry went 2 for 13, 0 for 8, and the next game he came out and he was Steph Curry. And I said, it happens to the best of you. And I wanted to say it on the radio, but I didn't. I didn't want to disrespect anybody or anybody to think that I was taking a shot at anybody. But I wanted to say I feel sorry for whoever we play next. That's what I wanted to say, and that's what I was thinking. And it wasn't because of who we were playing. It's just because it was the next game. And I knew that she was going to be able to come out. She was as happy as anybody in the locker room after Syracuse. She got back on the plane, got back on the bus. She texted me, said she hate that feeling of not being able to help the team, but so happy that the team won. And then when she came back out this week, we had a couple of shooting days, and she was right back to herself. So I knew that she was going to be able to come out and perform this way. And then you look at Georgia's situation, 20 points and 14 assists. I don't know which one was more impressive, 20 points and 14 assists, or 33 points and 18 rebounds. You guys put that on a poll. But really good win. I'm very, very happy, and we're going to enjoy this one.
Start in the back with Brooke. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Brookie.
Hey.
Brookie.
Hey. Liz, like Coach was just saying, Sunday, not a great performance. Can you walk me through the emotions you were feeling that you were talking about? And then just have you felt like over time you've learned how to turn the page better? Like, how do you approach that coming into a game like today that's, a rivalry game and pretty high stakes?
Yeah, definitely. I think, the previous games that I'd had before the Syracuse game built up my confidence a lot. So when I came out and, didn't have a good game, didn't shoot well, it really didn't knock me off where I was as far as confidence goes. And anytime I have a game like that, or if we have a tough game as a team, I'm just looking forward to the next one. And that's the good thing about playing basketball in the ACC. You play Thursday, you play Sunday. You play Thursday, you play Sunday. So, after Sunday, first of all, it was a massive win for our team, super important. But I knew that, I'd be fine going into Thursday. And like Coach Brooks said, we had a few workouts together, and that always makes me, get right back on track. And he knows me so well. He knows what I need. And so we worked together, and, turned out all right. Fine.
Right side of the second row. Kyle.
Coach, you're always talking about smelling the roses. What does it mean with just a couple games left in their careers, with Liz, with Kayla? Just what have they meant to this program?
We got a lot of games left. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. She's got another year eligibility left. Yeah, we're petitioning. You know what? Though we do. We stop when we smell the roses, and I think we were in film session together the other day, and she started to say it, and then she stopped. And we're just going to enjoy every day, every game, and just try to. This league is too good to be thinking ahead about anything else other than the next game. So we're right on that cusp where we want to be, but it just, for me, it just warms my heart when they announce a sellout crowd. There's no promotion. It's a Thursday. It's Thursday night game. It's a sellout crowd, and we needed every bit of it because that crowd, makes a good team great. And for us to be able to go out and perform like that, very, 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 very happy for these kids to be able to do that. Because when she first got here, the crowds weren't like that. And to be able to play in front of this atmosphere. I was using hand gestures today to call plays. I've never done that before, and because they couldn't hear me. And that's a really fun environment for them to be able to participate in.
And then how do you keep your players fresh when they're playing such high volume?
It's like it's like first and foremost, they are two of the best conditioned players that I've ever had. And then you get to the point in the season, like we don't practice really hard. We prepare. And so tomorrow she'll have tomorrow off. Georgia will have tomorrow off. Saturday we'll go through our stuff and we'll put them in situations where they know they're going to get their shots and whatnot. And we essentially practice like a pro team. And so, they go in, they get treatment, they get their stuff, and then they come out. We make sure they're fresh enough that they come out here. And they're two well-conditioned athletes, so they can play. I tried to take her out one time, and she yelled at me. She was like, well, she didn't yell, but she emphatically said she was fine. She's insistent, very insistent. So, I know them, and I know how they are and what they need. And but we give them rest on days when we don't have games.
Liz, it was a 5-point game at halftime. You guys come out and win the third quarter 17-5. Defensively, what did you like, especially how you just kind of punched them in the mouth after halftime?
Yeah, I think we were, a little bit better connected. They were getting downhill a lot on us, but, I was able to help more. I think we had some good, blocks in the second half. They were also just, making some shots, but I think we were able to, come out and be more aggressive, and I think the crowd helped us a little bit. Maybe rattled them. But we were just having fun out there, and I think defensively we were a little bit more locked in on their actions.
Coach, Liz and Georgia had 23 field goals. That was two more than UVA had as a team. When they're shooting 52% between the two of them so efficiently and sharing the ball and rebounding the ball, from your perspective, I know they don't necessarily get the national attention that they might, or they probably deserve, but when they're on like that, both of them at the same time, what is that like in your perspective?
Well, they're a tandem, duo, whatever you want to call them, that plays very well off of each other. And, they know each other. That they had a couple mishaps today. You guys might have not have seen them, but, I saw them. They saw them. But they work extremely well together. And I thought we played really well. They shot the ball really well. I don't think we're going to go 7 for 30. Very many times. And so when you can add Matilda Eck and Kayla King and what they're able to provide, it just makes us a dangerous basketball team because you can't really just lock in and focus on those two. And but they're one of the best duos in the country, and it's evident by what was it, the Wooden or the Wooden? Yeah, the Wooden Award. They're two of the top 20 players in the country, and we as Hokies get to see them every night, and so we're very, very fortunate for that.
Coach, Olivia only took 2 shots tonight, but she's had such an increased role. You've talked about that the last couple of weeks. You played her 32 minutes. Matilda as well played 36 minutes. She had 13 points. What can you say, even on a night where Liz and Georgia are lighting up the box score, about some of the other contributors?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of like unsung heroes. Everything that they're doing is very, very important to us. Matilda Eck is known as a three-point shooter, and she knocked down a few tonight. She probably missed a couple that she probably could have made, but she also had a couple drives to the basket. It's really added an element that we desperately needed. And Olivia just kind of goes out there and does the dirty work. She got us a couple second chance opportunities. She rebounds the basketball. Probably didn't get as many opportunities to step up and knock down the shot, but on a given night she will, and we have confidence in that. So very pleased with both of their production. I thought Karis Baker was really good for us again tonight too, but very, very pleased with their production, the way that they're settling into their roles.
In the back, Anthony.
For Liz, when Coach sends you that Steph Curry article and that motivational things like that, how do you respond to things of that nature? And I don't know, I guess what's that impact on you, I guess?
Yeah, I'm already really motivated, especially when it comes to basketball. So sometimes I think I can be almost I basically wanted to get out and shoot when we landed on Sunday. But he keeps me in check a little bit and keeps me mentally stable and like just calming me down, knowing that it happens and it's okay. But I also just know that not only does he like send me stuff like that, but he's just there for me as a person anyways and gonna stay by me. And I don't have to get in my head and worried about what he's gonna think about me, because I know that he trusts me no matter what. And through all the ups and downs, he's still gonna choose me and ride for me, and that helps a lot.
And then for Coach, obviously you guys have a couple of tough games coming up down there in the Research Triangle area. How important was it for you guys to rattle off these wins going into these games at UNC and then at NC State?
It doesn't matter who we have coming up. All the wins are very important, to get them. This league is hard. This is the best conference in the country, from 1 through 15. I know some of the other conferences have some really good teams at the top. All right, but these teams, that play in the ACC, everyone gives you, fits. So you just got to go out and take them one game at a time. And that's what we've really locked in. And we learned that last year, to really just take it one game at a time. And because you can't worry about what's going to happen next week until you can take care of today. And these kids are really bought into that. They understand that, and it's spreading through to the younger players. And so we're going to enjoy this one tonight. And then, we'll get ready. And UVA is a huge rivalry for us. I think it's a huge rivalry for Hokie Nation. But as two particular teams, when we go down to Carolina, that's probably just as big as a rivalry, or maybe even bigger, just because we've played Carolina more than we played UVA during her tenure. We played Carolina, twice when we didn't play UVA because they opted out of the COVID season. We played Carolina in the tournament, and so we know them, they know us, and it's a healthy rivalry, and I think they're going to get up for us, and we're going to get up for them.
Right side of the room, Jermaine.
Liz Kitley, matching your jersey number with points, awesome display. But when I look more at the numbers, 33 and 18 is big, but one thing I thought was really impressive was the 3 blocks. Just talk a little about, just what goes into that, because, there was one play you blocked the ball and it went out of bounds on one of the UVA players and you got another possession. But if you could talk more on that.
Yeah. Really, our defense is built off of, a team mentality. We're going to have to help each other. We're not the most athletic team necessarily, but when we're connected, we're still pretty good defensively. So as long as my guards trust that I'm going to be there, we'll end up getting stops. And, whether I block it or just affect the shot and make them miss is really big and just a huge part of what we do on that end of the floor.
And then Coach Brooks, your mini-me, had another great game
also.
If you can elaborate more about her play, because it just seems like, when she was gone those couple of games, it was tough. But when she's on, she's on.
She is, and she's playing with a clear mind right now, and gave her a lot of perspective when she had to sit out that game, and she had to watch it, from home. And it just really kind of almost like recalibrated her, and she just recharged a little bit, but she's seeing things a lot quicker and just clearer, and and she makes us go. She makes us go, and so I love her spirit, and I love the way that she's really directing our team right now, and the confidence that she's playing with is unbelievable.
Liz, in comparison to the Syracuse game, was there anything different about how you were getting your shots tonight, or how they were defending you, or your mindset to explain the difference?
No, I just was not in rhythm on Sunday, and sometimes it happens. I've been in rhythm like 90% of the time, so I'll take it.
But was there something about how they were defending?
She's human.
Yeah.
Was there something about how they were defending you,
No.
or how, today to explain?
It was like the exact same shots. I was just in rhythm today, and they were going in.
You scored your 2500th career point today, and grabbed your 1400th career rebound today. Do those numbers seem big to you, I guess, or those are pretty big numbers? It seems like.
I have no idea until you tell me, so no. It's cool that I've been able to play that many games. That's like the thing that sticks out to me, and just being able to be on the floor that much is cool, but yeah, no.
It's exciting for me because we'll give her basketball for 2,500 points, and it'll be in my office, and along with all the other ones. And but you know what? She will one day. She'll sit back and she'll reflect on this, and it's unbelievable. What she's been able to accomplish, and when she got in here, and if you'd have told me that she was going to do all this stuff, I'd have told you that you're crazy. But that's a testament to her and how hard she's worked and how much she's developed. and how much energy and effort we put into it. And she takes it to a different level. And she got here. I don't know if she was any more special than anyone else, but just her work ethic and her desire to get better. And that's what makes those numbers so terrific.
Kenny, did you defensively, and you do any certain things to make it a tough shooting night for them?
Yeah, I mean, they're really good, and as Liz mentioned, they're really good at getting downhill. They got downhill on us and got us in foul trouble, and so we played a good portion of the half without Kayla King, who's one of our better defenders, and then Matilda Eck got in foul trouble the last few minutes of the second quarter, and then the third quarter we were able to play them. And what they may lack in athleticism, they make up for it and just their knowledge of what they need to do, angles, how we need to play them. And I thought we made it a little bit tougher. And but you give them credit. Kamora Johnson, she played great in that first half, and she's going to be a great player. We knew that all along. I've seen her play. The very first time I saw Kamora play, she played in a tournament that Gabby played in. They were about 9 years old, and she was playing on the boys team. And I'm like, this little kid's going to be pretty good. And I've been able to follow her for a long time, and she's going to be a great guard in this league before it's all over with, and she's getting better and better. So she made shots and kept them in it and kept them going in the first half. But the second half, we did a much better job of understanding where we needed to be on her.
Time for two more. Go to Brooke, then David.
I know Kayla's getting her groove back after her knee. How do either of you guys, for people who only kind of look at the stat line, how does she show up without numbers for you guys to keep her on the floor the whole game?
You want to go?
I could talk about Kayla all day. She just brings an energy to our team when she's on the floor, a calmness, a consistency that is so intangible, and you may not recognize it, especially not just looking at the box score, but that's why she's on the floor. That's, a testament to how many games she's played with Coach Brooks and just with us, and all of her experience shows itself in so many other ways than just making shots or getting assists. And her defense is really important for us. We feel her presence all the time. We feel her absence when she's not there. So she's invaluable to our team, and we're a lot more comfortable when she's on the floor.
All that, and she's every bit as important to our team as Liz or Georgia. And we all know that. We all understand that. And she just does it in a different way. She's a calming presence. And I've called her my security blanket. And that's no joke. She's out there. I just feel like good things are going to happen. And she's that kind of player.
Last one, David. Yep, go ahead.
Liz, Coach mentioned that Georgia's playing in charge with this kind of new energy. Can you sense that? And when both of you guys are playing as well tonight as you are, that two-man game, what is that like from your perspective when you guys are kind of both in the zone at the same time?
Yeah, it's really convenient because I think, I had a little bit of a spell in the beginning of the season where I wasn't necessarily as confident or comfortable, and then she kind of went through the same thing. But now that I think we're both clicking and playing really well together, I think that makes us really hard to guard. We really just work on our two-man game every day in practice. So Coach Brooks does a great job of putting us in those positions all the time. It's just second nature at this point. And when we're playing well together, we're just really comfortable on the floor. And I'm very, very, very confident that something good is going to happen when the ball's in her hands.